everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of running backs who are hoping for plenty of touches come their way. It's the Broncos going up against the Chargers. On the call here tonight, let's send it out to our guys in the booth. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we are a little less than 10 miles inland from the blue waters of the Pacific Ocean as we greet you from lovely San Diego, California. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the San Diego Chargers. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, as always, he's Charles Davis. And Charles, we saw in the open, we've got a couple of great running backs in this game tonight, each capable of putting a team on his back.
And I'm excited to talk about the runners, not just the passers who have a big hand and who's going to win this game. Both of these guys are do it all. Can run it, can catch it. I can't wait to get this one started.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway in San Diego. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Quarterbacking the Chargers of San Diego, Phillip Rivers, who threw for 321 yards and 2 touchdowns in that loss, that disappointing loss in Week 4 to the Saints. You know, they've had the lead in the fourth quarter, all 3 of their losses so far this year.
And that has to just drive Phillip Rivers crazy because not only is he a terrific quarterback, one of the best competitors in the game, so he's used to closing the deal. He's going to see what he has to do moving forward to try and get that done and get some wins for a San Diego Charger team.
One man in the backfield is Gordon, and he'll get it up the middle. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. It's Gordon who leads the NFL in touchdowns through the first 4 games. He has 6.
Definitely finding his way to the end zone. What he wants to find is more space to run before he gets to the end zone. Just 36 yards on the ground. He'll take the touchdowns, but he wants more long carries to help out his team.
Yeah, 19 carries for those 36 yards, too, in Week 4. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. This offensive unit, often they rely on the sure-handed Antonio Gates.
We know all about his basketball background, but his football acumen, one of the best tight ends in the league.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
3 down, 3 down. 1580. 51 the mic, boy, 51.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he'll get nothing out of that one. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When we did DeMarcus Ware's games in Dallas, didn't we spend most of the time talking about him rushing the passer?
We did, and how about now?
Oh, boy, he's expanded his game in a big way. Really does a great job in the run game now, using his length, using his leverage to hold the point of attack and make plays as we just saw there.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Denver Broncos be looking to get their offense going behind the right arm of Trevor Siemian. Now remember, in Week 4 against the Bucs, left just before halftime with an injury, but that was to his non-throwing left shoulder.
So you know he's going to do as much rehab as possible to try and get on the field. This team has responded to his leadership at the quarterback position, and he wants to be out there. He's worked awfully hard to get this opportunity.
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be good for a Denver 1st down.
I don't think we talk about it enough, but I think that C.J. Anderson signing with Denver again in the offseason, I think that was a big, big deal for them.
He did struggle a little bit in week 4, 19 carries, 49 yards. Did, however, hit the end zone.
Yeah, hit the end zone, and he provides other things for them, including pass protection for their quarterbacks.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Again, Anderson, and he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
How about the defense not hanging their heads from the previous play where they were beat for a big run, came back on the very next down, and made a play defensively that was to their credit.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Simeon. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Here's Riley Dixon now. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. Yards on the return that time, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Rivers on first down. His throw incomplete. Dontrell Inman the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Chris Harris Jr. is not a name that rolls off the tongue quickly, but it should. He's one of the best cover corners in the league.
Ten yards still left on second down. One man in the backfield is Gordon. On second down, Rivers again. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And the catch made by Dontrell Inman. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
When you think of throwing the football around in San Diego, the top receiver is always Keenan Allen, but he's out with injury, and Dontrell Inman, he filled in nicely in their last ball game. What do you have, 7 catches, 120 yards?
Yeah, also had a touchdown as well. Really nice job by Inman. A first down throw here for Rivers. And it's caught by the new pickup from Cleveland. It's Travis Benjamin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now Gordon on first down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. We got three. We got three, fellas. We got three. 180. 51.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. This will be caught at the 2. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Chargers defense gearing up to take the field. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over, because once you get it done once, you feel like you can do it again and again. It's no guarantee, but you got to like the confidence that they take back out into the field.
Now, will they keep that confidence? Time to find out. They start the drive with Anderson. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
C.J. Anderson may not be a Pro Bowl runner, but he knows how to run big in big games.
Yeah, he sort of sealed the Super Bowl for them in the 4th quarter. Big game against the Patriots last year on a Monday night, but only 720 yards all told in 2015. Now it's 2nd and 7.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right.
They run it again with Anderson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. The offense on your screen now, and our first look at C.J. Anderson.
And what a look it's going to be, making a name for himself rapidly running the football.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They go play action here on first down. Finding time. Looking deep for Demarius. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now the Broncos defense coming back onto the field. And it's the first quarter, but they gave up the score last time. How important is it here not to fall 2 scores behind?
Extremely important, because not only are you trying to avoid being in a big deficit to start this game off, you also want to get into a pattern where that offense has the advantage. You've got to find a way to turn things around. This is the series to begin that.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep them off the scoreboard here for a second time. And tough starting field position here. Following the interception here, Rivers. He's got time in the pocket. This is Gordon on the dump off. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second and just 1. They'll run here. This is Dexter McCluster. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 7-0 is our score, and we'll come back to San Diego after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Todd Davis in there to sack him for a loss of 6. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. He'll take this inside the 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Here we go. Green, 39.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, Anderson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Simeon. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Now Simeon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. C.J. Anderson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
A lot of times when you talk about the draft process, partner, a lot of people say, is it art, is it science, what is it? But in this case, drafting Hunter Henry by San Diego, a really good move, even though Antonio Gates is still on the roster.
Well, week 4, he filled in nicely for Antonio Gates. 4 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown for the rookie. Play action now. Rivers surveying the field. Looking for Inman deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. From the gun, Rivers. And a big hook up here to Whalen. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Rivers on first down. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. Good enough for a San Diego first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Finding time. Inman has it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. They'll get 23 yards there. And that'll be good for San Diego first down. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. from the red zone now. Rivers. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Antonio Gates, the veteran tight end, was the intended receiver. And it's second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. One man in the backfield is Gordon. Rivers to throw it. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On third down, Rivers. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Their big-bodied receiver, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Lambo on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. It may have been a slow start statistically for the receivers of the Denver Broncos, but Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, they're really starting to break out now. Emmanuel Sanders really getting comfortable with Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch.
Looked comfortable against the Buccaneers. 8 catches, 88 yards. He also scored one as well.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
10th carry now for Anderson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They give it to Anderson. And some room to maneuver. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the backfield is Anderson. Simeon. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, 35 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now the Broncos heading back out onto the field. They were picked apart really on that last drive through the air. Now 2 touchdowns against some of the passing variety here in this first half.
And momentum totally going against them right now. One way to shift it, a big sack, or some sort of a takeaway. They've got to find a way to get back in balance in this game because right now they're under siege.
Yeah, they're a little bit shaken. First down, Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. Good enough for a San Diego first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Rivers now to throw on first down. Caught left side, Williams. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. 2nd down, Rivers. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. He's got time in the pocket, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Antonio Gates that time, and it brings up 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he's on to punt for San Diego. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now Simeon. He's got time. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And got his man complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. So second down, 3 yards to go now. Simeon. And caught right side, Green. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Fresh set of downs here. Again, he'll drop to throw. A dump off to Anderson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Right now, we've got a tie game, and that just means exciting football for us in the second half, as we'll have 2 teams playing 2 quarters to decide a winner. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Chargers with the ball midway through one. Henry's by himself here, and this play goes for a score. They strike first in the half. Broncos have it at the 4. Anderson's going to look for space, and he'll go in for the score. We're tied back up at 7. Third down from inside the 20. The connection is made in the middle of the field, and it leads to a touchdown. The Chargers up by a touchdown. Late in the second, the completion is made on the slant, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. Broncos tied up at 14. So that'll do it for us at the EA Sports Studio. We're going back under the lights for the second half of this Monday night matchup.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
In the backfield is Anderson. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Handoff comes to Anderson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They run. Anderson. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll come out in the pistol.
No. Check. Patriot.
Here's Anderson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They run with Anderson. He's been the bell cow tonight. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down.
not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Drops it underneath for Booker. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
So a first down and 5 for the offense. Following the penalty, Anderson down to the 25. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a second and just 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now Simeon. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's third and short. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Screen play, Anderson. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Booker on first down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Simeon. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cody Latimer, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have broken the tie.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. McManus now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was going for Gates, his tight end that time. It's something you and I were mentioning before the game worth discussing. Julio Jones had that 300-yard game this past weekend for Atlanta, only the 6th time in NFL history, and there's been over 15,000 games played in NFL history.
That really puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Because to put up those kind of numbers, especially against a defense as skilled as Carolina's, Julio Jones is one of the best in the game.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So the hard count gets them there. Neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit them with a hard count, got them to jump.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Hey, we got 3. Three down.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Take it in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now back to throw. And he's got it, complete to Fowler. And he's brought down. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Anderson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Brandon Mebane.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Surveying the field. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down.
Let's go! Green, 39! Green!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Carry number 20 coming up for Anderson. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now Anderson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is Booker on the dump off. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the defensive unit now for the Broncos as they get set here. They're just looking to duplicate what they did last time, force the 3 and out, and that led to a field goal.
The only thing better, really, is creating a turnover. 3 and out, get off the field, feel good about yourself, turn the ball over to your offense, and they put the ball through the post with a field goal.
They're probably pretty well rested after that 3-and-out, too.
One would think. That's how you get it done. Create the 3-and-outs, get to the bench, get your rest, and hope your offense can control the game.
First down, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Brandon Marshall. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now a second down throw for Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time, and it's 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chargers defense now getting set and taking the field. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time out. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give them a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Anderson. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Nice production there from the former undrafted free agent C.J. Anderson.
And teams always want to bring people in with guys like C.J. Anderson. Okay, he's undrafted free agent. He's done well for us. Let's draft a guy over top of him or bring in someone else. And guess who always ends up emerging? C.J. Anderson. Every single time. Remember that big run in overtime to beat the New England Patriots in 2015 season? He's something.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now Simeon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he shifts past him. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That escapes the sack. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Corey Legion. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
And for the 4th time tonight, they're going to take him down, and this time it gets him a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Muscles him off. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They got the lead last time, had to punt it though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense. Still 2nd down.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. In the backfield is Anderson. They're going to give it to him running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
And that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding time. Look at the time. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And now a first down following that long gain. And they'll go on the ground. And able to break. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Anderson loses the football. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On the handoff, this is Booker. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Well, there's two sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Pass, kiss him goodbye. Travis Benjamin. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Travis Benjamin, 47 yards. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert, then get that onside kick. Lambo to add on the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And Denver getting set to take the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From San